Well, it's time we the people stand up and let these people in Washington who work for us know that their bosses aren't happy. Performance reviews are coming up here in November, and there's going to be some firings. There's going to be some downsizing, and there's going to be some changes made. There are people out here today that are signing up people to vote. Make sure you're in that. If you miss that opportunity, go down to the city registrar's office and sign up to vote. Take your neighbor. Take the latest 18-year-olds to sign up to vote. That was the very first thing I did when I turned 18. My mom asked me what I wanted to do. I said, I want to go sign up to vote. See, it was important to me because I was born the year we got the right to vote. So it's always been stressed to me just how powerful that little bitty voice of mine actually is. Every vote counts, especially the one you don't cast. So today, my message of peace is to resist, to stand up to tyranny, to stand up to the failings of this administration, and to get them out of our Washington, D.C. We can do it peacefully. We can do it peacefully. But creating peace does not mean laying down and letting them run over you. So stand up. Stand up. Lift your voices up. Come on, everybody right now, get up, get up, stand up. Let's make some noise. There's 4,000 people sitting on the deck right now listening to lies, listening to hatred, espousing racism and bigotry. We will not become what they are. We will not espouse the message of hate. We will not present a divided front. We stand in peace. We stand in unity. We stand in liberty. And we deliberately stand here today and say, Mr. Trump, Mr. Trump, you and your cronies have got to go. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Hit the road, Jack. So now we have a time to celebrate with some music. We have two justice-oriented musicians who happen to come from my church community, Peace Church. One is Nathan Holst, tremendous vocalist, also plays the guitar and violin, and Ian Cannell, who's a wonderful percussionist. So we welcome Nathan and Ian.
Can we give it up for Kim Young again? She's amazing. Give it up for Kim Young. So it's good to be here with you all today. I first just want to start by recognizing that we are in indigenous land here and to say gratitude for the traditional caretakers of this land. And also, we're so close to the lake here, I want to just follow the example of the water walkers and say, water, we love you, we thank you, and we respect you. And that's, yes, yeah, that's right, let's clap for that, right? And that's what we say to our people as well, right? And that's why we're here tonight. So I want to teach you a few songs in that spirit. And this first song is, they're all very short songs. I love teaching short songs, so they're easy to sing. And this first one is a traditional South African song, and I'm going to teach it to you line by line. So I'll sing first, and you can repeat after me. So it goes like this. Come walk with us, the journey is long. We try. Come walk with us, the journey is long. Next line, come walk with us, the journey is long. Try. Come walk with us, the journey is long. Next line, come walk with us, the journey is long. 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 You getting it there, right? It's pretty simple. The second part goes, I'm just going to sing the whole thing and then we'll sing it together here. The journey, the journey, the journey is long. 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 Can we try that? The journey, the journey, the journey is long. 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 Now let's put it all together. Come walk with us. We'll do the whole thing. And what I'll do is I'll start the first line after the next verse, and you'll catch on. I'll sing that, you'll get the next line, and we'll sing that all together. Right? You'll catch on this line. So let's try. Come walk with us, the journey is long. 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 The journey, the journey, 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 the journey is long. Come gather here and sing a new song. 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 And sing a new song. And sing a new song. Sing a new song. Sing a new song. Come share the work, we'll carry the load. 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 Let's one last time. Come walk with us, the journey is long. 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 The journey, the journey, 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 the journey is long. All right, give yourselves a hand. That was great. So sometimes the work that we do is long, and there's moments like this today that are difficult, but that's why we come together and we sing together, right? That's what binds us together. That's what keeps us lifting each other up. And a group I know that does that very well is the group that puts on the current Poor People's Campaign, who are connecting movements of environmental justice, of racial justice, and economic justice. So they know all this work is connected, and I'd like to teach you a song from one of the Poor People's Campaign, someone who's been involved, named Yara Allen. And it's also a kind of more of a call and response. So I'm going to start teaching the song. I'm going to sing the first line, and I'm going to sing, "Oh, somebody's hurting our people, and it's gone on." And you're going to sing, "Far too long." Let's try that together. Far too long. And then I'll sing that, I'll sing again, "And it's gone on." You're going to sing, "Far too long." Yes, and then I'll sing, "Oh, somebody's hurting our people, and it's gone on far too long." And the last line is, "And we won't be silent anymore." Let's try that together. "And we won't be silent anymore." You all sound great. So I'm going to sing a few different lines that kind of speak about this moment. Somebody's been tearing up our families. Somebody's been hurting our people. So let's sing together. Oh, somebody's hurting our people, and it's gone on far too long. And it's gone on far too long. Yeah, somebody's hurting our people, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Yeah, somebody's tearing up families, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Yeah, somebody's tearing up families, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. Well, somebody's stirring up hate, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Somebody's stirring up hate, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. One last time. Somebody's hurting our family, and it's gone on far too long. Yes, it's gone on far too long. Somebody's hurting our family, and it's gone on far too long. And we won't be silent anymore. One last time, we'll be silent. And we won't be silent anymore. All right, thanks everybody. We're here today to say we won't be silent anymore, and that's why we gather, to build up our spirits and do the daily work of speaking out. This is a place to build our spirits and then to go out and continue on the work after this. The next song I want to share is a song that I wrote, or rather came to me, after the 2016 election, and I was searching for strength. I was sitting by or standing by Tisher Creek. And it uses one of my favorite images by Leonard Cohen of the light coming through the cracks. And this one is it's very short, very simple. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, instead of teaching it line by line, I'm just going to sing it, and we're going to sing it a number of times together. It's a little slower, and it goes like this. I'm actually, well, before I do that, so you get all the words, change my mind. Say this after me. Sacred light, you are with us. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. We are not afraid. So it goes like this. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. A couple more times. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. Last time. Sacred light, you are with us. Pouring through the cracks in our fears. We are not afraid. Good job, everyone. Can I teach you one more song? Do I have time for one more song? Is that okay? There we go. Nope, maybe not. All right, that's the last song, everyone. I'll come back next time and share the talk on. Thank you, Nathan and Ian.
for reminding us of that sacred light that does come to us and supports us. So let's keep that light in mind as we move ahead. Now I'd like to introduce a friend of mine who his family has deep roots in our community and provided much for our community. My friend is Stefan Witherspoon.
Being in the shade.
And he would like to share, as a citizen, as an American, what is on his heart tonight. Stefan.
3.5 weeks.
Oh, pirates, yes, they rode by. So like the merchant ships.
I fell in my car in our community.
Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. Well, my head was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. They fought in this generation.
I just saw Mary B walk by, but
won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? That's all I ever heard. Oh yeah, redemption. And on my heart about the audacity of our administration. Like we don't know anything, like we are stupid. But this is what democracy looks like.
Yeah. It's in a shade spot here.
They're not going to scare us or
Closer, but no, it's nicer in the shade.
push us away. We are going to stand up and fight. Our kids are going to stand up and fight.
What are you handing out?
And we will fight for truth and justice.
Sternberg, he wrote it and put it.
We are all family. That is the American way.
Okay.
So my message to you today is spread love, not hate. Say it with me. Spread love, not hate. Spread love, not hate. Spread love, not hate. And our kids in the crowd, you guys pay attention because you are next.
Yeah, I could read this, so all right, thank you.
You will be the next warriors
I figured a lot of the people here
on the battlefield.
Hey, John.
So get ready because we aren't going nowhere. Love y'all. Y'all take care.
Thank you, Stefan. Hello, everybody. My name is Rachel Wagner. I'm way more comfortable back there and sending out tons and tons of emails than being here. But like Nathan encouraged all of you to do, to raise your voices together, to sing out loud, and just like Liz made you all stand up, sometimes we have to stand up and we have to use our voice, even when it's not the most comfortable thing to do. So I'm here, I'm standing up, and I'm trying to do my part. And our next person who is going to perform seems to be learning this lesson way sooner than I did. Angela Park is a recent graduate of Duluth East High School. She's going to play some music for us. And before she performs, I guess I want to say one thing. If you haven't been up to the Clayton Jackson Hickey Memorial on First Street, please visit. If you have been there, I'm glad you've been there. Each time I go, I read something that makes me think more and more. And so I'll read you something that I snapped a photo of when I was there a few days ago. It's a quote from James Baldwin, and it seemed very fitting for today. We are responsible for the world in which we find ourselves, if only because we are the only sentient force that can change it. So give a round of applause for our youngest, well, actually no, she's not our youngest, we had an even younger one. But round of applause for Angela Park, please.
She's a granny.
I'm a silk painter, a silk artist. And I remember I had an exhibit one time. And Mary saw the exhibit, and I knew instantly she was a fiber artist. And the way I could tell was fiber artists always do this when they're in the museum. They look both ways, and then they touch. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to introduce Mary Struford and Joan Peterson, and they're going to speak for Protect Minnesota.
Hi, everybody. My name is Joan Peterson. I'm here from the Northland Brady Campaign Protect Minnesota chapter. We have been working since the year 2000 to prevent gun violence. I'm afraid that we haven't managed to do that, but we have tried really hard. Our organization does education about gun safety. We advocate for sensible gun laws, and we hold public memorials to remember those killed by gun violence. I got into this because 26 years ago on August 5th, my sister was shot and killed in a domestic shooting. And I don't want other families to have to experience what my family experienced. So I'm very passionate about the issue of gun violence prevention.
Thank you, Joan. I've been working with Joan since 2000, since I went on the bus out for the Million Mom March in Washington, D.C. And what spurred me to do that was that on June 15, 1991, our 19-year-old daughter was a victim of a random act of violence and was murdered. So it was just 27 years ago last week. That has
driven me to stop gun violence, to prevent it in any way I can, so nobody ever experiences the pain that our On February 14th, 14 teens and 3 adults were shot and killed by a teen gunman with an AR-15 at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. The response to that shooting by the Parkland teens has changed the conversation about gun violence prevention forever. Students all over America got involved and made it clear that they are afraid for their lives in their schools, and they have had enough. In Duluth, students organized 2 powerful student walkouts and the March for Our Lives on March 14th with 1,000 people in attendance. We have worked very closely with these students, and we could not be more impressed or proud of them. We have some fantastic youth in this community. In Duluth, our young people are energized by the gun violence issue. The 8th Congressional District is one of the top 10 districts in the country where the youth vote might make a difference in the election, according to Tufts University study. So make sure that if you know a young person that's eligible to vote, that they get registered and they vote. There are people here that are registering votes, but you can also text the word register to 877-877, and you'll be sent to a place where you can register to vote, courtesy of the Brady campaign and Rock the Vote.
So these students want what the majority of Americans, Duluthians, and Minnesotans want. What we want? Background checks on all gun sales. A federal ban on assault weapons and bump stocks. Red flag laws that allow families a way to report that a loved one could be dangerous to themselves or others, so guns can be temporarily removed. And at long last, funding for research about the causes and effects of gun violence, which has been shut off by the corporate gun lobby. In Duluth, we hold regular bell ringings in memory of gun violence victims. We have the only memorial bell in the country, which is at Lake Place Park. You can go over there later for the other event. You can see our bell. Last week, we held a moving memorial for the 49 victims of the Pulse nightclub shooting with the help of the GLBTQ+ community and March for Our Lives. Last week also marked the 3rd anniversary of the Charleston Church shooting.
Every time we hold a bell ringing, we hope that we never have to do it again. But unfortunately, it seems like we could almost do it monthly, if not weekly. Every time there's another shooting, we look to our elected officials to at least do what they can to a small piece of the huge puzzle that causes gun violence. And what do we get? Words and words and words and no action. I have had enough. We have had enough. We've had enough thoughts and prayers, enough slogans, and we have had enough lame excuses and lack of action. In short, as Emma Gonzalez, one of the very articulate Parkland students, said when the legislators gave them nothing but words and words and words, she said, "We call BS. We call BS. We call BS." To our elected leaders who give us only lip service instead of sensible gun laws, we call BS. Here is what we can do. We're not going to just stand around and call BS. We're going to vote. Students can text Teen Enough to 877-877 to get involved with the Brady Campaign Student Organization. And now Joan will tell you other ways.
So tomorrow, the first day of summer, is Ask Day. Ask is a campaign that encourages parents to ask if there are unsecured loaded guns in the homes where their children play. Please ask. Teens, ask your parents and their friends if their own guns are safely locked up and unloaded. Suicide is one of the leading causes of gun death in Minnesota and a leading cause of teen gun deaths in Minnesota, and many of these victims are young people. Everyone, we have a table in the back. You can sign up for Protect Minnesota. We have a Facebook page. Please get on Facebook. Look for the Northland Brady Campaign, Protect Minnesota, and Protect Minnesota. You can sign up for any organization. There are many of us working on this issue. We happen to be with the Brady Campaign of Protect Minnesota. The students are not done. They have ideas for next year, so please watch for more student events, and they will invite adults to these events. And we want you to get involved. We need your voices. We must have your voices, because students should be safe from bullets flying in their classrooms. Teachers should not have to be armed to become security or bodyguards for students. We all should be safe from gunfire in our homes and our communities. We have had enough, and when they tell us they are doing what they can, we call BS.
BS. Yes. With your help, we can change this. Get involved today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Joan and Mary for their tireless efforts to reduce gun violence in our world. They are super organized and they're activists and they're makers, so it's not something that
the search for something worth believing in. If changes are to come, there are things that must be done. And a dance is somewhere, and love is somewhere, and a song is somewhere to begin. I'm not a communist, so when they came for the communists, I held my tongue. Minded my own business, like a good neighbor, I trusted that justice was done. I didn't ask what was their crime, it was their sadness, wasn't mine. I didn't care where they were sent. By my silence I gave my consent. By my silence I gave my consent. Well, I am not Jewish, so when they came for the Jews, I had nothing to say. Rounded in cars like cattle in boxcars, and then taken away. I didn't ask what was their crime, it was their sadness, wasn't mine. I didn't care where they were sent. By my silence I gave my consent. By my silence I gave my consent. Well, I'm not Dakota, Cherokee, Cheyenne, or Anishinaabe. When they came for the children to boarding schools taken away, I had nothing to say. And I'm not Elias, Elmer, or Isaac, Clayton, Jackson, McGee. When they strung them up high, I stood silently by my silence I gave my agree. I didn't ask what was their crime, it was their sadness, wasn't mine. I didn't care where they were sent. By my silence I gave my consent. By my silence I gave my consent. I didn't care when they came for the Unionists, came for the Socialists, took the powerless. I'm not a terrorist, I'm not an immigrant, I am not one of them, I am innocent. I didn't care what was their crime, till their sorrow turned into mine. Their sorrow turned into mine. But I was okay, 'cause I was a citizen and I was free. I didn't care. Now there's nobody there, no one to speak out for me. At the time I believed it never happened to me. I didn't know what it meant. By my silence to give my consent. By my silence, I gave my consent. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light, I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light, I walk in the service of doing what's right, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light knowledge, I walk with the knowledge that we'll be alright, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light, neighbors, I walk with my neighbors to fight the good fight, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light, water, I walk for the water, water is life, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light promise, I walk with the promise of healing in sight, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. I walk in the Spirit, I walk in the light darkest, I walk through the darkest hours of night, and I call on my ancestors to my left and my right to walk with me, to walk with me. Beth Griffin, who is a mother of two wonderful grandchildren of ours, and she's one of two mothers, and she's a poet and she's an author. And she wrote this in response to the children being taken away from their parents. It's called Together. I don't sleep with my smallest child anymore, not usually. She is almost 5 and can spend those 11 hours away from me, more if she has to. An overnight with a friend, a weekend at Grandma's. I've never been apart from her longer than that. Generally, it's a relief that she can sleep on her own. But last night, we were at the cabin, and I used the excuse of not enough beds to keep her with me. I climbed in after she was asleep, laid my hand on her chest to feel it rise and fall. They are taking children from their parents at the border. I guess this is supposed to pass for immigration reform. But we all know, if we care to remember, that our government likes to control brown bodies with fear. Nothing is scarier than wondering if someone will take your baby away. Nothing breaks a person like losing a child, and the people in change want certain kinds of people broken. I ache for these mothers who can't pull their little ones into bed with them tonight and feel the breath move through them. I am secretly glad I don't have to fear that, but then I wonder if I should. The people in charge would prefer queer people broken too. In truth, they think we already are. I cry into my daughter's hair as quietly as I can, so as not to wake her, and I think they must not know what wholeness actually looks like, and they will not admit that there are plenty of beds here for everyone. Over us, we let it be. That's all the melody is. Let's hear it out. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. So keep going on that, and then there's a higher part. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. So sing one of those parts. We let the love wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy, we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace, we let the peace wash over us. We let it be. We let the love, we let the love, wash over us. We let it be. We let the joy, we let the joy, we let the joy wash over us. We let it be. We let the peace, we let the peace wash shore.